All right, we're going to continue tearing down the Ax-15. The next step is the detent springs and balls. I don't know if no, it's not. My magnet's a little bit too, that's not long enough. I'm going to get a bolt. Hold on just a second, I'll get a bolt. All right, we'll reach in and see if I can get that ball to come out of there. Let's see if I got a stronger magnet. There we go. That's the upper one. By the way, I broke these. I know I broke these down a little bit sooner so that it was easy to come out. That's the middle one. These are all the same. I'm still going to mark them and put them back exactly where they came out from. All right, I'm going to clean these up and bag them and put them in the tray, and then we'll move to the next step. Next is the 5th gear snap ring. It's going to be a little bit trickier. Now I did put a magnet down there in case it popped off. Then the magnet would catch it and it wouldn't swing everywhere. And so here we go. There's the snap ring. Now we come back over here for the next step. Let's see if I can get this down where you can see what I'm doing. There's a snap ring right there. Now this one here is more of an E-clip, and I should be able to get a screwdriver. Now I'm going to do the same trick just in case I knock that thing flying. And there we go. That one's off. Now the next thing is to take these 2 screws out. So give me a second, I'll get the socket and get ready. clean those parts up. All right. I have to back up because it did not record the last little section that I done. I put the other parts away. Now we're going to take the shift rail. I broke this bolt loose. You slide the rail back and pull the shift, fifth gear shift out. I'm going to pin those or put those two in a bag, and I'll be right back. Now that'll expose the reverse shift head and rail, and the next step is to remove those. I'm going to bag that. Put on a harmonic balance puller on the fifth gear here and pull it out. It says to anyway, pull the fifth spline gear with the mark balancer pulley. I'll take that back off and we'll start from there. All right, I got the harmonic balancer pulley off. What I'm going to do is set these in order, just as they come off. All right, I just pulled those off and set them in the box in order. And you have a thrust bearing, locking bearing ball on the back of the shaft. So be careful not to drop it like I did, and it'll take you 15 minutes to find it. So everything on this whole step here, I've got in a cardboard, little cardboard box by itself. All right, the next step, I've already loosened them up, is to take the bearing retainer off. Like I said, I already loosened them up. Take the bearing retainer off. And we're going to do another step, and then we're going to take another short break. Is on this portion here, you slide the reverse idler shaft out, and that on this other side allows the idler gear to come off, so those two pieces go together. So that'll be the end of this step. I'm going to stop for a few minutes, and I'll come back and I'll label these and store them, and then we'll be on to the next section. All right, there's two clips here. It's kind of hard. I got the top one off already. You just take 2 screwdrivers, and if you're lucky enough that you just got it started, then you reach back with a pair of needle nose and you yank them out of there. Throw a magnet back there to kind of attract them if I do happen to knock them flying. Kind of hard keeping the camera close enough that you can see, but not in your way. I'll get back the other way a little bit. You'd think that they make something a little bit better than this. I think I may have got it started there. I'll tap it another time or two. Nope. I'm gonna do this off camera so I can get a little closer. All right, I got the 2 screwdrivers to knock it started like I was just telling you. Oops, there it goes. Down on the deal. I had it completely off, didn't realize it. And here it is. So that's the completion of that step. Next step is to take the 2 bolts out on the shift rails. And as you see, I got these marked 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Although it's pretty easy to tell the 2 apart. I'll take those 2 out. Then with the magnetic tray. Alright, now it says to pull this upper one right on out, but there's a detent up here that somehow I must have missed, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. There we go. So that's out. That should allow, well, maybe not. Let me look this a little bit more and I'll get back. All right, I finagled and worked until I got them all off. Just follow the instructions on the deal. It took me so long to do it, the camera shut off on me. So anyway, I pulled them out. I'm gonna clean them and mark them and put them in their bags, and I'll be back with the next step. All right, I removed all that. Took the 2 clips off here. Now it says to gently tap it and knock these 2 out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be banging and banging for a little bit, so I probably will go ahead and remove these 2 off camera. So after taking those lock rings off, just tapped out the input and output shafts, and I'll start cleaning up on this tomorrow, and we'll start rebuilding the shafts, tearing them down.